Because you have believed, because your heart has trusted in me, you now stand innocent before my eyes. No accusation from your past can condemn you. No guilt can hold you captive, for I have declared you righteous through faith in my Son, Jesus Christ. You no longer have to strive or fear. The wall that once separated us is gone. I have given you peace, not the fragile kind the world offers, but a deep, unshakable peace that flows from knowing you are mine. Hello, my friends. Welcome back. Grab your gloves because we're about to pour some magic. My name is Tammy, and I'm so glad you joined the cast with me today. We have something exciting today. I got sent a new product from Bond Craftor. Are you ready for this? I'm super excited about it. I wanted to get into it and use it so very badly, but I wanted to wait so we could do it together. This is a Bond Craftor's new product, their resin vacuum machine. It's 3.4 liters large capacity. Y'all ready to get it out and unbox it? I'm super excited. I took a peek inside. Right here, I slit the top and I just peeked inside to see what color it was. And it's cute. Let's get it out of here and see what it looks like. Oops. All right. This is the bottom. Oh, that's nice. Kind of feels like glass, but I know it's not. There's our instructions. And I think that's the cord. And stop it. You're about to pass out. Look how cute this is. Look at that. Isn't that the cutest? It says Bond Craftor. I love Bond Craftor's products. I use all of their products that they have to offer. Every single one of them. I'm waiting on an apron to be shipped to me that has Bond Craftor on it. And I'm waiting on them to get some silicone mats that say Bond Craftor. Okay, let's see here. We got a cord. And I'm excited about our project today. I think y'all are going to laugh so hard. It's going to be so much fun. I had to wait and get all the things that I wanted to make this project with you all. It took me a while to figure out all the ins and the outs and what I wanted to do. Okay, work steps. Open the lid, place the mixing resin cup into the vacuum machine. Alright, we'll mix some resin up and do all these directions together. But here's the little cord, and you just plug it in back here. Like that. And then here's the little release valve. You just pull it and it releases the air out. And put it back in there. So I'm excited to see how this bubble remover machine performs. It has AI mode. On and off. Start and pause. But we'll go through all of that together. I'm going to set it over here to the side and we'll go ahead and get our resin mixed up. And I'll show you what we're going to be doing today. Here's what we're doing today. The toilet that I was sent in Happy Mail. This is going to be so much fun. Now, I'm not telling you what these two molds are. You're going to have to wait till the end to see me demold it and put it all together. I'm not spoiling it. So let's get started. On the toilet, I want to put the back of the toilet lid white. And then the rim of the toilet seat white. So that's what we're going to do now. And then the lid on the toilet, I haven't decided on that yet. So we're going to mix some resin up. Well, we need to go ahead and brush our micas in these first. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that first. Because when I mix the resin up, we'll be pouring all that together. But this right here is going to be poured in probably 3 different pours because of what we're doing. I have some Let's Resin Color Shift micas here. And I'm going to brush it in these molds. So I'm just going to pick out some colors here right quick. I'm using Peach Puff, Gold, Sienna, and Chartreuse. Now, let me go mix up some resin, and then we'll run it through the bubble remover machine and see what we think about that. We're going to go ahead and brush these in right here. So, I want to use... I think those and these together. Yeah. So I'm just going to open these up. And start brushing them in. I've got these brushed in. And now I've got my resin ready. This is the Bond Craftor epoxy resin, and it has plenty of bubbles in it. So let's put it through the bubble remover machine. Here's our machine, and I have it plugged in. It's on. And it says to get you up a little bit more. It says to put it inside the machine. Put the lid on the machine. Make sure it's down all the way. And it is. It says make sure you put the machine on a silicone mat. So it don't, you know, wobble all around. Open the lid, place the mixing cup in the vacuum machine. It is recommended that the resin level not exceed 85% of the measuring cup. That just means don't get close to the top of the cup, or it'll overflow when the machine cuts on. You want to do 3 ounces or more. Close the lid, block the vent hole with the silicone valve, and make sure the silicone lid is completely closed. Okay, back here, that's the valve. It's completely closed. Put our lid back on, make sure it's completely down. It is. Now, connect the power supply. That's done. Turn on the switch. Set the timer to 6 minutes or 9 minutes. And press the vacuum button to start. Evacuation process. Observe whether the epoxy resin bubbles are eliminated. If the bubbles are completely eliminated, the machine will beep, indicating that the evacuation process is complete. If there are still bubbles, repeat the evacuation process until the bubbles are gone. Depressurization process. When the vacuum chamber returns to atmospheric pressure, the cover of the vacuum machine can be removed normally to complete the depressurization. Open the lid and remove the epoxy resin and pour the resin into the mold. Okay, before we do that, I want to put some of that in here because I want it to be black. And I forgot about that, so I'm glad I thought about it. And I'm just using my T-Expert epoxy pigment paste to do that. Get that stirred up really good. And I don't think it'll bubble over the cup. I don't think it will, because it's not full enough to. We'll just keep our eye on it. And I forgot, we need some white for the back of the toilet and the front of the lid. So we need to make that white. I'm going to use my T-Expert pigment paste in white. Mix that up. And then we're going to leave that resin clear so we can see how it removed the bubbles. Hopefully it's okay to separate it like this. I hope it is. Okay. It recommends to do 6 or 9 minutes. We're going to do 6 minutes. Oh, gotta turn it on, Tammy. Yeah, it went to 6 minutes automatically. See? It's on 6 minutes. Counting down. Okay, it quit beeping. So it's kind of suctioned to my mat. Whew. I'm going to turn it around and release the valve. Wow, you can't even hardly hear it. It's just a little seep of air out. Oh my word. This is like a mini vacuum chamber. This thing is so amazing. Y'all are not going to believe this resin. Wow, that was easy to pull off. Look at that epoxy resin. Completely clear. Not a bubble one in it. That is shocking. That's amazing. And these look the same. I don't know if you can see inside of there, but they're bubble free. Wow. I can't wait to use this machine some more. To use a product for a little while to give my honest review on it. But so far, this is amazing. And I give my honest opinion. I don't care who the company is or what the brand is. You'll always get my honest opinion. This is truly amazing. I'm floored. I'm absolutely floored right now. Man, this little bubble remover machine, actually it says it's a vacuum machine, resin vacuum machine. So it might be a little in between a bubble remover machine and a vacuum chamber. It may be in the middle of that, my friends. I'm telling you, it's different from the ones I've used. It's a little bit more, it's got a little bit more oomph to it. So if you really don't want to jump into a pressure pot or something like that, one of these might be the way to go. And if you want to wait and let me use this one for a little while and give you my review after I've used it a little while, then you definitely can do that, because I will be letting you know. Alright, I'm going to spritz a little bit of alcohol into my little molds here, and we're going to go ahead and pour in this black. But I want to pour it slow, because it has some little areas in there that I want to make sure it gets into. Don't forget, I'm doing a giveaway Friday. But just put it in the comment section below if you want to be entered into the giveaway. And we'll draw maybe Saturday or Sunday. I don't know. I haven't gotten that far yet. It may be Monday in Monday's video. But the winner gets to choose the make that I've done this week. Anything I've done this week, you get to choose what you want. And I'm going to ship it out to you free of charge. This is for my U.S. friends only. The Postal Service just went up again, just raised their rates up again. So it's costing even more to ship things out. But I will have some giveaways where you all can enter. It's just not very many. Okay, now I'm going to get the toilet, and I'm going to spritz some alcohol down in there and get the excess out. And then we're going to pour right there in the back of that lid, the toilet lid. Oops, I just got a little bit of white down in there. I don't want any white around the edges. So that looks good. Now, for the toilet seat, I don't know what color I want it. Let's put a little bit of alcohol down in the lid there. Pour some clear resin down in there. And put a little bit of this sparkle diamond glitter. Now I'm going to use my heat gun, pop those surface bubbles I just made. And then we're going to put one of these fish and some of the bubbles in there. I'm picking those bubbles up off of the bottom. So let's do this fish. I'm going to spritz it with some alcohol. And let's see if it goes down like that. Let's put it over there. Let's see if we can add this small one too. And then a few little bubbles. Perfect. Okay, we're going to let that cure up, and then we'll go in with some white to match the toilet seat. And I forgot I wanted to add this right here onto this mold. It's going to push the resin out a little bit, but that's fine. There we go. Alright, I'll meet you back when it's time for the next pour on our toilet seat and our toilet. And I'm going to do something else with this resin that we have left over. I'll put it in a shaker or something. See you later. I've got a little over 3 more ounces again. It's a little over 3 ounces. We're going to place it in the Bond Craftor vacuum machine. I'm going to put the top on, make sure the valve is closed, and then we're going to push the power button. I'm going to do it again for 6 minutes. Okay, it's finished. It gives like a 2-beat sound. I tried to catch it, but it's pretty quick. I couldn't catch it. Here's the release valve. It's pretty quiet when it releases. And I don't need 2 hands to pull the lid off. And there it is. Absolutely bubble free. Not one bubble in that cup. Amazing! I'm telling you, y'all gonna have to get you one of these machines. The way it's looking, it's gonna be a wonderful, wonderful gadget to have in your craft room. I forgot to add my blue to it though. So I'm thinking, let's see. I'm going to use my Smurf alcohol ink. I hate to do this. I'm just going to put 1 drop in there. I did not want to stir this up after putting it through there. I'm going to go real slow. Put some alcohol in our toilet. And I'm going to do this in 2 pours because I just think that might be too much resin to pour at once. What do y'all think? Well, it won't be. I could definitely pour it in 1 pour. But I want the fish to be in different spots in there. And if I put them all in there like this, then they're all going to either float or go to the bottom. And I don't want that. So we're going to do it this way. this in here. Got some different size plugs here to fit that turtle, if y'all remember. I think that's going to be the one. Nope, it's going to be this one. Alright, it's on there. Let's see. Might use this side. Yeah. Might use that side. It's sticking a lot better. Need to move it over though. I think that looks good. What I had left, I added some glitter to it and put it in one of my coasters. I don't know if I want these fish or these fish. I got some more resin for the lid there. So let's get some of this pigment paste by T-Expert on the end of my stick. Get it stirred up. And then get it put in the lid. And then the lid will match the back of the toilet. I'm just going to take that stick out and clean that pigment paste off of it to make sure I get it stirred up really good in my cup. And I don't have any remainder left on my stick. Okay, that looks good. I'm going to let it sit there a minute. Now let's decide what we want here. There's some cute little Nemos in this mixture. And there's some in here that I don't like. So we could use that one and that little orange one. I'm not too fond of that one. Whoop. And I'm not too fond of that. So these two are the ones I would use. And then out of this mixture, here's the cute little Nemos I was telling you about. Right there. So I thought we'd use that one. Cute little starfish. So I guess we'll pick out some of those little Nemos and put them in there. Set that to the side, and in about 2 hours we're going to fill it up with the next layer and add the rest of the fish. But I want to put at the bottom some of this and this. So actually it's probably going to be 2 more pours. I'm going to spritz some alcohol on the top there, the lid. That lid's gonna look funny. Some of it's clear and some of it's white. Oh well, it was on sale at the Cheapo Depot. So yep, our little toilet seat was on sale at the Cheapo Depot, so that's why it looks a little different. Okay, it's filled up. And I'll meet you back in 2 hours. See you later. I'm going to let you go ahead and see what these are, because we need to go ahead and fix them before the rest of our project gets done. So I cannot contain it any longer. You're going to know what it is. So let's get them out. Yes, I made my own molds of these. And you just push from the bottom and it comes right out. And it's a cat. But wait, it gets better. Let's get the other one out. I kept the top of my mold there because I wanted it to get the bottom of the cat. So I'm just going to go around the edges and pull it and then push from the bottom so I can pop him out. And there he is. Now this one's ears are flipped down. He's concentrating. And I'm going to clean those edges off the bottom there. You see how it is? That's why I kept this part. So I could just pull that off. See there? And it would be perfect. And there you have it. Now let me get their things. Here's their little items. This is their bobber, their fishing line, and their fishing pole. Yes, they're going to be fishing off the back of the toilet. Oh my goodness. This is going to be so funny. So we have to go ahead and glue, fix their poles up and glue them in there. See those little holes right there? That's where the poles fit at. So we need to glue that in there. And get their fishing line on, their fishing poles. I found these on Amazon. And I didn't like the way their cats were. So, you know, I had to make my own molds. And this fishing pole goes right there in that hole. Just like that. I don't know, we got to glue it. So let's go ahead and get them glued and get them fixed up. And then we'll be ready when our other stuff is ready to demold. I'm going to take my 5-minute epoxy adhesive. I get this off of Amazon. Actually, I got this for Christmas in my stocking. It doesn't take much. And I love it. It's really nice. It's really super fast. All you do is mix part A with B just like this. And then it is set in 5 minutes. Super fast. I love it. Now we're just going to take some of it and stick it in this hole right here. And then take his little pole and stick it in there. And I'm just going to set him kind of like that, so it'll dry right like that. I'm going to do the same thing with this little guy. This one has a little bubble in his nose. So I'm just going to fill that up with some UV resin. And fix that. Just like that. Back, and I think I got our water a little bit too blue. I knew this wasn't going to work. Getting the water the same exact color. But I do have to say that sometimes when you're looking down at water, it may appear darker down at the bottom than it does at the top, or vice versa. So maybe that can be the same concept here. I did get some of the fish poking up, but a lot of them are laying down. So yeah, that's why we need to do another layer. I do have some clear resin here, so I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to spritz some more alcohol in here. And I want to add a few more of these fish and stand them up before I go in with this next pour. Because this resin is sticky. So let's try that. Stick some of them up. Whoops. There we go. Now we're going to go in with this. Hopefully our water matches. I'm not filling it up because, like I said, I want to put some grass and stuff at the bottom to make it look like a real place to fish. Even though it's a toilet, I wonder if I should stop there or go ahead and pour the rest that I have. Let's go ahead and pour what I have left. Okay, I'm not raking the cup out because it'll just rake bubbles out into our toilet. Okay, that looks good. I think the water is a little bit bluer than the first layer, but oh well. And I do want to add this big fish. But I wonder where we should add it. Should we put it right here? I wonder if it'll set right there. Nope. It's not going to. Okay. Let's put it... I'm going to spritz a little bit of alcohol on it. And let's put it over here. And they may have a chance of catching the big one. The big fish. Whoa. Okay. Now I'm going to let that get a little bit sticky before I add these fish. Because if I don't, then they're just going to fall to that first layer. Which might not be a bad thing. Let's see. Let's go ahead and add a few. I don't care where they go. Because, like I said, even if they fall straight to the bottom, they'll land on that first layer. And they won't go all the way to the bottom. Which will be the top. Because we're working backwards. Okay. Everything looks good. We'll add some of our flowers and plants and some of this and a few shells when this gets sticky. And I did put some eyes on our cats. I've got resin on my hands and I don't want to pick them up and get resin on them. But I want to show you. Oh, and I made another cat. This is my new one. And I put little eyes on them. And isn't that crazy? This one come out with a bubble in the same spot on the mouth that my other one did. Isn't that crazy? So, I don't know. Should we use these two cats? Or the two different ones, the first ones I made? I think we'll stick with the first ones I made. Yeah, I like having two different cats instead of the same cats but different colors. What do you think? But I had to make another one. They're so much fun to make and so cute. Alright, I will meet you back when it's time to do the last little step to this. See you later. I was thinking, and I want to put some of this greenery in there. So I'm going to put a tiny one on this side and this tiny one on that side. I hope we're not too late. I don't want any. I mean, I don't mind any bubbles in there, but I really wanted to see how that bubble machine was going to work. Now I'm just going to put a tiny one on the other side. Spritz it with a little alcohol. Hopefully we won't get any bubbles. There we go. Alright, I'm not going to put too much in there. Okay. I'll see you later. I want to show you these. Aren't they cute? So cute. I've got some more resin here. And I ran it through the bubble remover, I can't remember the name of that. I'll put it up here. It's not a bubble remover machine, but it removes bubbles. They call it something else. I'll put it up here until I can get used to it. Until I can get used to saying that. It's kind of like a little vacuum chamber. Okay, I'm going to spritz some alcohol in here. Well, first, I need to clean those edges off in there. Well, that'll just look like little drops of water. So we'll keep them. Yep, I'll just keep them. And now we're going to drop some resin in here. And then I'm going to stop right there. Because that last little pour, I kept messing with those fish. And it caused some little bubbles right here. And I'm going to try to fill them with this resin. Which I don't mind if any bubbles are in it. I just wanted us to see how clear this resin is after running it through that new machine that I'm reviewing. And down here on the bottom is not going to be a very fair test because I was poking and prodding in there trying to get those fish to stand up right there. So if you see any bubbles down here on the bottom, it's not the machine's fault. It's the handler's fault. Okay, hopefully I got them. Now let's put some resin in here. And then I'm going to stop again. And we're going to place a few things down in here. Let's see. I don't think I'm going to do any of the rocks because I'm afraid they're going to fall to the other, all the way to the last layer. Although it might look pretty cool. I don't know. Oh, let's just do it. Let's just go for it. It might look pretty cool. But I'm not going to put many. And I'm going to drop a few shells down in there. One more shell over here. Oh, come on. It keeps turning the wrong way. Making me stir up a bunch of bubbles. Okay. And then I want to put this cool little rock in there. I got this from Hobby Lobby, and it's the best little kit ever. I have been pinching and pinching off of it in so many projects, and it's like it just keeps growing and growing instead of me using it all up. I think I found it in the UV resin section, although I could be wrong. I've had it for so long. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and put some more resin on the top of that. And I'm going to leave a little bit of room to drop another little small top coat on that. just to make sure we get everything in there covered, so nothing doesn't float. So I'm going to let that cure up for a little bit, and then I left just enough room to put a little dome on it so that nothing's sticking up. Amy from Blessed Epoxy by Amy sent us these and some Happy Mail. If you haven't checked her channel out, go check her out. She does some really pretty stuff over there. She done a prayer bench for her pastor and his wife, and it was beautiful. That's been a while ago, though. But yeah, go check her out and send her a like and a subscribe. I'm ready to demold this little booger. And if it wasn't for how it's shaped, we would demold it and I'd dome that after the fact. But once we take it out of this mold, we're not going to have that protection right there. And it's not going to be level anymore from here to here. See that? So I have to go ahead and do it. So we're going to use the 1 hour Promise epoxy. And we're probably going to have some bubbles in it because it already has some from stirring it. But hopefully you won't see them because of all of the bushes and flowers and things we put on the bottom. Alright, we're going to go for it. I'm going to spritz some alcohol on it. And we're going to go ahead and get this leveled off. And hopefully with it being such a shallow pour, the bubbles won't stay in it. You know what I mean? They'll come out and degas really well. I hope. I'm going to use my heat gun. And squirt some more alcohol on it. And hopefully it'll be okay. I'm going to put it over here on my other table and cover it. And I'll spritz it again with alcohol here in a little bit. Then I put my plug in this turtle right here to try to make it a little shaker turtle. And I put clear resin in there first. Let that cure and put my plug on top of that. So let's get it out and see what it looks like. You ready? Oh, it's cute. Look at that. That's going to make a cute shaker. Cute shaker. We'll just fill it up and add some. Now, we don't have a whole lot of room to work with right here. That's going to be tricky. What else could you use this for? It just seems like you could use it for something else other than a shaker. Like something that's that shape. You could slide the turtle over it. What could it be, my friends? I know somebody out there has to have the answer to this. Because it is just weighing heavy on my mind. But I cannot get my light bulb to come on. You know what I mean? What could you slide this turtle over and make it cute with a turtle that is this shape? Instead of just using it for a shaker or a keychain, what else could we use it for? Come on, somebody has to have the answer to this. I'd love to hear it. Somebody must have a great idea. This is my little crab. I poured him sloppy, but I can clean him up. Oh, he turned out cute. I lost the little thing on him, but I wasn't going to use that anyway. I'm going to make it a refrigerator magnet. So we'll just go ahead and lose that. And there he is. I lost some of his legs, but that's okay. Every time you see the fiddlers, 99.9% of the time, they're missing a little fiddler. I like to think that those are the times when something is after them and it caught one of their fiddlers and they got away. That turned out cute, didn't it? Yep, I'm going to slap a magnet on it and it'll go in someone's bag for either a giveaway or if someone orders something from me, I'll throw it in as a little funsy little gift. Then let's get these out. Oh, that turned out pretty. Those glow in the dark inside of there. And then we've got this one. That turned out pretty, didn't it? It's got a little heart right there. Cute, cute. And this one is two-toned. You got your purple on the back and your glittery white on the front. Isn't that cute? Little clear space in the center. And then we'll fill them. Alright, that's it. We're going to wait to demold this. That goes with our toilet. So, I will see you all in about 30 more minutes. See you later. We are ready to demold our toilet. I don't particularly like that dome, but hey, it's the bottom, so it'll be alright. Let's get it out and see what it looks like. Let's do the lid first. I'm excited to see the lid. We got a few little bubbles in the lid. It was from underneath that rim right there. It's so hard to see those tiny little bubbles. But hey, I think it adds to our toilet bowl look. It gives us a few little bubbles for the fish. I think it definitely adds character to the piece. It doesn't hurt this piece at all. What do you think? Now let's get our toilet out. I hope it turned out cute. I hope our fish look good too. I'm just rolling that mold till I get it off. There we go. Turn it back the other way. And there we have it. I need to clean it up. Are y'all ready to look at our toilet? And let's see how that Bond Craftor degassing machine works, or vacuum machine. I'm gonna have to get it right. Oh, I like how that looks down in there. It looks like a real lake or some area to fish. Oh, it looks good. very good to not go in a pressure pot. Wow. That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. I think our fish look really good. What do you think? This is super cute. Super cute. I got some paint. I mean, some of that white I didn't get off right there. That's what that is. And what is... Oh, that's a fish turned to the side. I was like, what is that? And that's a few little bubbles from both of the layers coming together right there. But it's not bad. It's definitely not the resin's fault. That was my fault. This looks really cute. Really cute. Look at that. That is so sweet. I love it. Now, we got to get our cats on there so they can go fishing. They're best friends. And they're going fishing. Look at that. That is so funny. They look so cute. Now we got to get their little fishing poles on their reels. I mean, their line on their reel. And here they are, fishing in the toilet. Got their bobbers on and everything. And don't forget, this will be in the giveaway. It'll be one of the choices for the giveaway. And I will be putting the list up over in my community tab this weekend. So make sure your name is in that list, and we'll do the drawing in Monday's video for this. Well, it won't be for this. The choices will be out of the strawberry set that I made, this set right here, and you'll get coasters out of Wednesday's video for my traveling coasters to hide around in your hometown. So the choices out of the makes this week will be this toilet with the cats fishing, or the strawberry, the 2 dishes of strawberries that I made. I will be out of town this weekend. We are going to stay with my mother-in-law for a few days and visit her for Mother's Day. And that's in Mustang, Oklahoma. So that's where I'll be for a few days. And I'll return next week sometime. So I will see you all then. And I will try to answer some of the comments as I can. But just be mindful that I will be out of town for a few days. I won't be home. And it's about that time, my friends, for a sweet goodbye. And I will see you in the next video. God bless you. Goodbye, my friends.